first one of the new year. And what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to show off the current stuff that I got, and plus I got some awesome collectibles and stuff. And then I'm going to show off stuff from the previous months that's not current, and show that off as well, since it's been a bit since I've done a haul video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First we have Batman number 141. Nice cardstock cover, of course. And one thing I noticed that's interesting now, they are doing the regular covers inside over the cardstock. So that's nice if you really like the normal cover too. So you don't have to buy 2 copies of the book. And yeah, the story continues to be pretty interesting. This one is more fail-safe heavy than how I remember the previous one being set up, though. So this deals with Batman and trying to put an end to fail-safe, more or less. And then it kind of ends with the hook with kind of what the previous issues were lending discovery to. And then it does switch. There's a backup story in here with by Dustin Nguyen with all of the other Zurin R Batmen. So that's kind of interesting. I think this is the Arkham video game Batman, by the way, because it's got the little dots on the shoulders there. I could be wrong, but I think that's right. Next we got Detective Comics number 1080. And this continues on with the Jason Sean Alexander stuff. And then it's got Mike Perkins, I believe, is doing art in here as well. And I still have no clue where this story takes place, like timeline-wise. It's interesting, but I just have no clue where to put it. And I'm honestly a little surprised it's still going. I think the Batman opera thing has been going for well over a year now. And then there's a backup in here too. Let's get some of them. Yeah, here's some of the Mike Perkins stuff. And if you guys remember, he did some of the work on the newer Swamp Thing series that I really loved. And then, yeah, there's a backup story in here with Damien. Not sure the artist on it, I don't recognize it though. And of course, cardstock on this one too. Next we got Predator versus Wolverine number 4. And this is apparently the last issue in this miniseries, which I didn't know until I finished reading it. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. It just kind of continues with Wolverine's history dealing with Predator, and everything just kind of neatly wraps up by the end of it. The art styles do switch. We have 3 different artists here. So you'll see that was the modern, and then it goes to this period piece. In the past here was this samurai outfit. And then this is not present day, but more mansion, so he tries to attack the mansion. And then, of course, the X-Men, being who they are, and like team together to help deter the Predator from sticking around. So pretty cool, and then it ends it in the modern day scenario here. So really nice, really well done. I would have preferred to just have a really good artist all the way through the whole thing for all the issues, but I get, at least they broke it up where it's each period had a different artist. Next we have Action Comics number 1061. And this is the start of Bizarro. So they're saying this is a superstar talent that they have in these. I've never heard of this artist before. So I think it's kind of funny that they're like, oh, they're a superstar talent. And it's an artist I don't know. The art's not bad though. John Timms, and then Jason Aaron, I know him. So yeah, they're trying to drum up more customers by saying, oh, this is our brand new hook. We've got all this talent working on Superman. Because it's always hard for them to sell Superman. But yeah, no, this was a good story. I liked it. I love Bizarro and all those kind of classic Superman villains. And this one's got an interesting end note on it too. And then, okay, I was saying if this had a backup story, it doesn't. I just had to confirm. Then we have the Action Comics annual number, or it's not a number, I guess it's just a 2023 annual. The nice Barrio cover. And I'm honestly not sure I remember bits of this being set up where they're on Earth Al Ghul and all this type of stuff. And Etrigan is involved. I'm assuming it was set up in the previous issues of Action Comics, but I honestly don't recall this. This is part 5, the conclusion here. So yeah, just kind of lots of magic and over-the-top action and stuff. And anytime we see Jack Kirby characters, I always get happy. Okay, and that's the same art all the way through. So they're all about consistency on the Superman books. Then we have Captain America, number 5. And this story just kind of continues on the vein of dealing with Cap's present and his past. And here we see him get his first interactions of viewing Zemo and Strucker when he's just but a kid. Or I don't know how far on the kid angle he is, but he's definitely not in his super soldier shape. So some interdimensional guy takes them out and does that. And then we got number 9 here as well. Yeah, so this is by artist Dan Schoening, and he's the one that I love that does like the style that looks just like the old show. I still have no clue how he does it. It's awesome. But he's been more or less drawing a specific arc, so they had a recap because this definitely doesn't pick up from the previous issue. And then we get to see Renee done in the classic cartoon style, which is awesome. They've introduced her in every iteration now, I believe. IDW recently had her, and then of course there's the classic Eastman stuff. And now here. And she's shown up in quite a few of the cartoons, like the newer ones as well. So always nice to see her. She was a part of the crossover they had where Serapis met the Turtles. So as you guys know, I love that. So yeah, and then the next issue it's gonna bleed over into the Turtles movie, the third Turtles movie. Next I got King Spawn number 29. And this continues to be my favorite Spawn title. He's got this crazy crown on him now and stuff. They made a figure of this too, and it's pretty awesome. And I just love the art in it. It's quality all the way around. So he's just kind of making his way through the underworld, wrecking stuff. And I think he's eventually going to find his way to Wanda, his wife, you know. That's been the point of all of this in the first place. But yeah, this is definitely the best out of him, I would say. These crazy, like, stuff flying off this dog here, all these flies. And we have Gunslinger number 27. And at this point, I believe it's a prequel. If I remember. This one's pretty cool too. I am bummed they switched the artist out. I liked Brett Booth. Like, he was great. And he did the first full run, I believe. What are they on there? So I think he did 1 through 25. Which was exceptional. Like, he just has that kind of very 90s detail feel to him. And this still looks cool, but it's just not the same. When you think of Spawn and everything, you think of that, you know, the vein of the 90s. That bear looks cool, though. So that's the end of my local shop's books. Well, not really my local shop anymore, but you know, my main shop. So these all came from when I just got my previews mailed to me at the other shop that used to be my old work. They just mail me my stuff. So there I just have Spider-Man for my pull list. So we've got a big chunk of Spidey books. And basically it's been a while since I cleaned out my box there, which, like I always say, don't do that. But from them I just get previews, and then I get Spider-Man, and then they auto subbed me to Spine Tingling Spider-Man, which is awesome. I'm glad they did. So this is the special. This was like a little $10 book here. So I guess this was a webcomic initially on Marvel's site. It was a digital first. And it's awesome. It's all looks like it's done by kind of like hand mixed media. It looks like color pencils and paint. I could be wrong though. But it just kind of has this kind of gritty sort of feel to it. And it's about Spider-Man, where he's like being haunted by this song in his dreams and just kind of tripping out. Oh, and here's a nice tribute to John Romita in the front too. Definitely a fantastic talent. One of the most influential Spider-Man creators for sure. Cast fairly recently, but not when I was putting out videos. But yeah, so you see the style, and it changes a bit all over the place in here. It's all by one guy here. So it looks like it's by Juan Ferreira. Yeah. And what's cool too is the song that he's being haunted by. They actually made it into a real song. So you can listen to it to hear the song, and that was like driving him mad. So really cool. So they collected that. And then there's a regular, I don't know if this is a miniseries, but it's, you know, there's multiple issues for it. So we've got 1 through 3 here, and I'll just show off the first one. And I haven't read these ones yet. I read the other one, but I haven't read these yet. So yeah, this still looks good, you know. So I'll be interested to see where this goes and what it's all about. Man, look at that. That's pretty messed up. So yeah, these are supposed to be more kind of twisted. They market it the scariest ever. And that cover is cool there. Looks like Mysterio is in that one. And then we have our regular Spidey. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. And it looks like the art duties are being traded off between Romita, Gleason for the earlier ones, and then McGinnis as well. Which you guys know all these guys' styles, but I'll just show a little bit off. So we got Spidey 34 here. And they've been having this arc kind of with like this reformed version of Norman where Peter has been working with him and stuff and getting like Spider-Man suit upgrades. And then there are other villains who are trying to get Norman to turn back. So we see the classic symbiote suit here. Looks like Craven is involved. All good stuff. The Goblin Queen, I believe is her name as well. She's in here. So that's that one. And do McGinnis here. first or something. Kind of has a bizarro feel, but not really. You see Adrian Toomes there, I believe. There's that one. And then let's get some Ramita. Okay, so it looks like Ramita's working on the gang war. Which, as we know, involves, like, street level stuff. Looks like tombstones in there. Daredevil, She-Hulk, Miles. That's a cool looking cover there. And Zeb Wells has been writing this whole time here, so we see the Ringmaster. I believe he was the villain in the first Daredevil issue, if I remember. Or an earlier one where Spider-Man meets with Daredevil, I'm trying to remember. This would be a better shot if they didn't have the page cut in the middle there. That's why I'm always hesitant to do like 2-page spreads. It's hard to line them up, even if you can do it on paper. It's like, well, let's hope when they print, the spine's not screwed up somehow. We'll end it on this shot here. Now let's look at some trades that I got. So finally I got the Riddler Year 1. This is written by Paul Dano, who was the actor who played him in the movie. And this is like the retailer variant. When you pull it off, you get the cover as a poster. And then even the book itself has a different cover on it. And that's super chilling there. I love that on the back. Incredible. And I haven't read this yet, so yeah, this is written by Paul Dano. And I'm trying to remember the artist, but his art is all over the place. Stefan Stubik, I don't know how you say his name. Stefan Stubik, which I'm sure I'm not pronouncing right. But yeah, this is like the prequel to Riddler in the movie, and all the regular covers are Bill Sienkiewicz covers. And yeah, so the art style changes. We have like collage type stuff going on here, which reminds me of like David Mack, and then we have stuff like this. Looks like painted like watercolor type stuff. Some of this is digital, I'm sure. So just kind of enjoying the medium, just playing with how a comic is presented, which I love. I know after a while, like, it gets tiring, like, of an ongoing series, like, just non-stop to death. It's like, okay, we get it, it's not your typical book or whatever, but I just love whenever they do stuff like this, at least for, like, kind of brief periods, where it doesn't feel like a retread over the idea. So very cool. And then in the back you get some of the making of in here. Jim Lee cover. There's this one. Yeah, it's the regular version of the Jim Lee cover. It's really cool. I can't wait to read this. Really excited. It kept selling out. And I could have sworn I had like put it in my pull list. And I think I got one of them, but I was like, forget it. I'll just, get the book when it comes out. So glad I have it. And then, as I've said previously, I'm trying to work on like my X-Men back issue type stuff. So I got Days of Future Past, as well as the Dark Phoenix saga. And yeah, this is just classic stuff here. John Byrne X-Men is a must. And of course, just kind of iconic run, And I'm kind of rewatching the X-Men Fox Kids cartoon in tandem with this. So it's fun seeing how this show is kind of like taking elements from the comic and trying to figure out how to retell the story without all the same mythos of the comics, but not losing the spirit of them. Here's the Days of the Future Past stuff here. And yeah, this is where I'm currently at, and I own this issue as I've previously shown off. And yeah, it's just good stuff, all this Byrne X-Men stuff is just, it's good, it excites me, And it's kind of what I miss currently. A lot of the modern books, like I'll read them just to be current. But a lot of the times, like they just don't stir inspiration like the old stuff. So I'm just really trying to rekindle that love, Getting very burnt out and bored on a lot of the modern stuff, unfortunately. But it's like I'll always be a comic fan through and through. And hopefully I'll be able to create more and things and maybe do more with readings and stuff. But being in the complex here is hard. Even now this video I've had to try to shoot it multiple different times because of activities and all that. But we'll get through it. Just thank you for your continued support. Next, I was able to reacquire this old Batman and Robin movie souvenir magazine. And this was really just about nostalgia for me when I was a kid. I just kind of bought into all of the marketing and everything around this. When I went to see this movie, it actually is the only movie I ever went to go see that the tickets sold out, and I had to go to a makeshift midnight screening, which wasn't really a thing they were doing at the time. Like, it's a common thing now, but then it was like, holy crap, they sold out, and then they made more showings. So yeah, I went like opening night, and it sold out while I was in line, and then I had to go back for a later showing. And yeah, I know it's goofy and cheesy, etc., etc. But it was fun, and like I loved it as a kid at that time. Like I remember like we had a school assignment, and I was like recapping all of my favorite moments from the movie. I was basically writing about my experience watching the movie, and then just it kind of turned into me recollecting my favorite scenes from the movie. It's kind of ridiculous. But yes, and lots of attractive women in this movie. And me being a teenager, that did not go over. A missed opportunity for me. So yeah, I was very attracted to Batgirl and Poison Ivy and all that. But yeah, it was just fun. It's a goofy movie, but it was nostalgic for me now, so I'm just like, yeah, even though it's cheesy and stuff, it's still fun. It's fun to look back on that. So there's that. And this see like, excerpts printed certain panels. Bill Sienkiewicz. And this shows the Kingpin in the way that is now famous in the Spider-Verse. The huge, massive Kingpin with a tiny head on this huge square body. So yeah, this is like a very mature, dark, all over the place Daredevil story. He deals with like mental health issues. I think the guy's schizophrenic in here, and he's a serial killer. If I remember, I haven't read this, so I don't know. But I remember hearing about elements of stuff like that. So, but this is probably going to be one I do like a classic reading on, maybe for the channel. But yeah, really excited to have this now. And then for this next bit, well, now I'll show off my two big collectibles and then finish, or my collectibles, or whatever you want to call them, and then I'll finish with just kind of showing the covers of all the other stuff from the previous month and a half that I got. So I was able to acquire the Nightfall Batman. Now this isn't the platinum one with like the black shading on the mask, but still it's got, the cool blue and gray and the little card in there. So yeah, I actually found this in the wild while I was out with my daughter at Walmart, and I was just super excited because I wasn't expecting it. They had like all the same peg warmer figures they've had for like months there, and I pretty much got most of the McFarlane stuff that I've wanted. So it's hard for me to find something that I want in the wild, so I was legitimately excited when I saw this. I wish they had put like this buckle work detail there, just smooth. It should be like the clasp part on there, but other than that, it's a great figure. And then it got some extra hands. And there's the card. I think it's got a batarang too, but I can't seem to get it out of the box. Next is this ridiculous Lobo. This is the gold label one. It just came in the other day from Amazon. So here's the figure here, and I love it. He's got the spiky hair and everything. I drew an image of him like this before. The classic, just crazy 90s one. And then it's got the Bite Me fanboy on the back there, which I'm trying to remember if the other one had that on it or not. I don't think it did. But you can switch the heads. And I'm trying to remember if this is what the other head looked like on the old one. I don't think it was. I think the other one had like dreads. So there's the two heads, but I'm keeping this one on. I love this head. And then you get this sweet guitar here. Looks like it even says Lobo on the back. I didn't even notice that. I wonder if that comes off. No, I don't think so. And then it's got his dog too. And yeah, here's the bike, which I can't show it all in frame. It's very long. This is like 2 feet long. And it's got this sturdy metal rod you put in the bottom of it like that. And then when it's in there, you take the other end and you put it in there, and it stands the whole thing up. So super cool. A little pricey, $80, but you saw that's a ton of stuff you get with it. The vehicle is made from like a light plastic. That's not, doesn't feel too quality, but visually it looks like a very cool piece. So I definitely recommend it if you're on the fence about it. If you love Lobo and all that just 90s craziness, you'll love that figure. Go ahead and get it. It's on Amazon. I think it was like $72 after tax and shipping, which if you have Prime, it's free shipping, but Next, I wanted to show off kind of a recent thing I've been doing is I've been collecting Dr Squatch soap. And yeah, if you want to help that, I have referral code down below. You will get $10 off a purchase of $20 or more. And then I get $8 in rewards per referral. So just click the link below for that. But yeah, this wasn't on the site anymore. This I went back and got. Actually, for Christmas, I wanted to get every Squatch bar in existence. And I'll throw an image of that up on the camera here. But yeah, this is the Batman set here. And the Batman one smells like leather. And I have no clue what the Riddler one smells like, but really nice set. Hopefully when the next Batman movie comes out, we'll get this set to be re-released. But there's that one. And then in another nerdy vein here, here's the Star Wars one. And we get some texture raised there. And yeah, so here's the Star Wars bundle. And my favorite one of these is the Sinister Scrub. So yeah, these pull out and then there's pictures underneath of each of them. And now this area smells really good. And here's the other set, which they did a reissue. This used to be a long box, but then they made it match with the new one and made a square one. So here is the other one. And this one, the Dark Side Scrub, is my favorite out of them. And then a cool one they did for Christmas time. They don't have the gift sets like this anymore. They'll probably bring them back, but so here's the Harry Potter one. It looks like a book. And you open it up. And it's just so nice. And out of these, my favorite one here is the, let's see, the Lather of the Loyal. It smells like sugar cookies, more or less. There's the back. So yeah, you can go on their site, and a lot of these, they have in like the single bars, but not in the cool, like boxes like this. But you can buy the bars and smell them that way and stuff. But yeah, use my code, help me out, and you get, $10 off your order too. Alright, so I'm just gonna blow through the rest of these here. We have Superman number 9. Which honestly, I'll show off. I can't help myself. A little bit of the inside here. That's Superman 9. This one I love. This reminded me of like an Assassin's Creed story. So this was a Berserker one-shot, I believe. And it's a thicker book. I love the art style in here. There is nudity in there, so I'm trying not to flip through that by accident. But yeah, like this shot's really cool. It gets pretty brutal, as you can see. Pretty violent. But yeah, this has probably been one of my more favorite of the Berserker ones recently. And then they did start another Assassin's Creed line called Visionaries. So I got that. And there's different artists and different stories in it. So if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, of course, this is kind of a must for you. Batman Echo. So this story introduces Harley Quinn and Scarecrow into the Keaton-verse. And it looks like they've got Madonna playing the part of Harley Quinn, I believe. I can't work out who they've got for Scarecrow. It looks a little bit like Jeff Goldblum, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to get to like images of, yeah, so this is Harley Quinn here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Madonna. sick of it now, but he was really a pioneer with just kind of over-the-top humor and stuff. So he's great. And then, yeah, towards the end, yeah, see, here's Crane here. He looks possibly like Jeff Goldblum. I'm not sure, though. See, I don't know. So let me know, who do you think he's supposed to be played by there? Then there's another Wolverine versus. I'll just do a fast flip through there. Action Comics 1059. Random family story in the back here. And then, yeah, it looks like more Superman family stuff. Oh, it looks like maybe here this was when that transport happened into the Ra's al Ghul planet. Yeah, which is kind of a weird thing to me. I don't understand. That is 1060 with a Jim Chung cover. Get some Zod stuff there. Get some Constantine. King Spawn 28. I think this is the one. Yeah, this image here. That's so cool. Detective number 1078. This is the one that opens with the hanging of the Batman. Oh, maybe 179, 1079 is actually where they do the action. Yeah, right here. We see it. There it is. So yeah, another just really shocking image, big image to open on. I love the blur of the crowd too in the back. And then they change art styles here. Oh, we've got Liam Sharp helping with art duties there. Captain America number 3, which I think the cover was my favorite thing about the book, honestly. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not really too, I mean, it's good. It's a good story, but nothing has really happened in it to me that really makes it stand out. It's kind of just like what Cap should have been for the last while here, so it's nice to see it kind of getting back to being what I consider a quality book. So that was Cap number 4. You got Batman 140. The Finch cover. Nice. Yeah, so we see stuff here with him fighting Joker. So, of course, I look forward to more Joker interaction. It's like, oh, they're back to failsafe. Superman Lost number 9. And yeah, this one's good too. In this issue here, Superman finds out the secret that Lois has been trying to keep from him, that Lex Luthor is responsible for, and it ends on a pretty messed up note, which I wish they wouldn't have done. So we'll see how the whole series ends on issue number 10. I've liked it though, but yeah, it's one of those things, it's like, how low do we want to bring Superman, our hero? So this was one I just kind of like, oh well, I saw it on the newsstand, and then I missed the others when they came out. I bought one and then I came back and I think they had like issue 2, or maybe they had like issue 3. So I had, I couldn't collect the whole thing, so I was like, okay, whatever. But this is fun. It's a nice little Christmas special. They should have just released it as a big one-shot. I don't know why they didn't. And we have World's Finest 22. Continuing on with the Kingdom Come stuff, which is awesome. I love it. So glad to see it kind of being retouched on here. Turtles 146. Just found out 150 will be the final issue of Turtles, which I can honestly say I was kind of expecting. I thought it was going to end way back at 100, so there's kind of only so many threads you can pull at with these guys. I feel like IDW has certainly put them through the ringer. And there's a period where they were just kind of, dealing with slice of life stuff. But it's all been good. I'm not negative about any of it, but definitely understand them wrapping it at 150. They'll say there's going to be more series and stuff after, but as far as like the big numbering and like the main Turtles, that's going to be all wrapped up. We have Saturday morning number 7 here. And yeah, just kind of random Shredder Christmas story here. And then my friend Kyle, he gifted me this Swamp Thing number 7, where he meets Batman. Bernie Wrightson. Classic stuff here. So yeah, it's nice to have this in the collection. Really nice of my friend to do that. Swamp Thing is his favorite superhero. And Batman and Captain America are tied on my list for favorite hero. But there seems to be more Batman books I enjoy than Captain America, so. Alright, that's gonna do it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. And as always, you have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.